Hi, my name is Mona and I'm here to demonstrate how I make one of my specialties here in my kitchen. I am going to show you how I make tortillas and the ingredients it takes to make the tortillas. First of all, what I do is I get about 4 cups of flour, which I've got measured here already, and I pour it into this big large bowl. So there's 4 cups of flour, and then I use baking powder. And I do this from scratch, so I don't measure, but I use about a handful of baking powder, which is equivalent to about 2 tablespoons. And then I use salt, and I don't measure it except for the palm of my hand, which is again about equivalent to 2 tablespoons. And then I use vegetable oil, which I throw into the other ingredients, which is equivalent to about 3 tablespoons. And what I do is I mix up all the ingredients with about 2 cups of water until I can get it to roll out or to mix up so that I can begin to knead my flour. So once that is at the right texture, what I do is I get my flour, and I'm going to take a shortcut, but I get my flour and all the ingredients, and this is what it looks like once I mix up everything that is in the bowl. So from there, what I also do is I knead my ingredients, the flour, etc., until the texture is just right for me to be able to tear it apart and make these little balls, which are about the size of my palm. So I can make up to about 2 dozens from this little batch of flour, and I just kind of knead them again and again and again for about half a minute until they're perfectly round. So then what I do is I get my rolling pin out, and then I begin to roll my tortillas. So I just continue making as many balls that I can, and then I begin to roll them. So as I'm rolling them, I let the griddle warm up to about medium heat. And when I can tell that the griddle is warm enough to place the dough on here, I can pretty much feel the heat here. So once that griddle is ready and I feel like it's hot enough to place the dough on the griddle, then I will do so. But I roll these tortillas out to about the size of maybe 6 inches by 6 inches, and I kind of like to get them perfectly round so that they have a good taste, they're balanced out, they have a good taste, and they'll cook better. So once I feel like this griddle is hot enough, what I do is I wait for just a couple of minutes or so. I can feel the heat over here, and then I believe that it's ready. So I get the dough and I kind of flip-flop it just to make it feel right, and I feel like I just have to continue rolling it a little bit. I do so, and so I feel like it's ready, and I'm going to just slap it here on the griddle, and I'm going to watch over it as it begins to kind of bubble up on one side. Then I will flip it over, and because I've been doing this for so many years, I just use my bare fingers to turn it over. I don't need a spatula or a utensil to flip it over. So I can see it turning brown and getting a little toasted on one side, And so what I'm going to do is turn it over again. And as you can see, my tortilla is looking really yummy. It's turning brown. It's evening out with the sides being toasted. Once they're toasted, then I know that it's cooking well. It's about ready to eat. My family will be happy to have fresh homemade tortillas. I don't buy tortillas at the store. I prefer to make them. You can see how it kind of bubbles up here in the center here, showing that it's cooking very well. It's pretty well balanced, and I'm going to flip it over again and kind of get the other side toasted and just wait for about a couple of minutes for it to finish up. And once it finishes up, then that means I'll add it or place it in a bowl, and I'll be done with about making 2 dozen of tortillas in about 30 minutes, just in time for dinner. So this tortilla is about done, which took maybe a couple of minutes. And so for right now, I'm going to just place it here. And what I do is just keep going back and forth, rolling out these little balls so that I can finish up making the tortillas, so when everybody's ready to sit down for our family meal, we'll have fresh homemade tortillas. So this is what I like doing best in the kitchen. And here's my second tortilla. So this is one of my specialties that I wanted to demonstrate for you today. And I hope that maybe by me informing you of the ingredients, you can give it a try and you can make homemade tortillas yourself and not have to go to the store and buy them. So this one here is looking very, very well. It's cooking really nice, and it's about done here in about a half a minute. So I'd like to thank you for letting me share one of my specialties here in my kitchen and allowing me to demonstrate how I make homemade tortillas. So thank you. And here is my second homemade tortilla, just in time for dinner. So, nice and crisp and yummy, and you can use them with green chili, with potatoes, for a bean burrito, and all that good Mexican food that's not always good for your health. But here's what I have chosen to demonstrate as my project for today. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed my demonstration.